Okay, looks like we're live. Hello, everybody. Thanks for coming out tonight. Working on some things real quick to get ready for tonight's presentation, and just going to do a few little system checks. This is a new webinar system I'm using, and if you see me, then that's great. If not, if you know somebody and they say their screen is still black, tell them to refresh the screen and it should show me that. I know that can happen sometimes from watching other people who use this platform. So we're going to give it just a couple of minutes to check some things. Okay, I'm getting confirmation, and it looks like I'm being seen by a few. Okay, now if you can hear me, raise your hand. Let me see if I can get the hand raise here to work. This is a new platform, first time I've ever used it, and I'm having to use an old computer, so the screen's kind of not as high tech as they make them today. But that's fine. I'm going to mostly be using screen share anyway to show you this. I'm looking for a hand raised. I see. All right, they're coming up. Good job. Good job. All right, yeah, and I see everybody's getting on. We got more people coming on, but nonetheless, we're going to get started probably 2 minutes tops. It's looking like everything is good. So, and this webinar is being recorded, so you will be getting an email within, I'm assuming, about 24 hours. It'll be a copy of tonight's presentation. And if you got team members that need help, this might be something to, let them watch. Send them the link, let them see it, let them get tonight's information, because I really want to give you something really good tonight, something that really changed things for me, and I'm sure it will for you. It doesn't matter what business, what you're going to learn tonight is really powerful. So with that said, let me get ready here to hit some buttons. It's 2 minutes past the hour. We got started pretty good. I like the system so far. I'm hoping you guys will enjoy it too. I have to do screen share, and if I do a little coughing in the mix, I've had like coming off an illness, got kind of sick last week, and I'm still congested a little bit, but I want to do my best because don't want to miss the webinar here. All right, had to get that out. It was killing me. All right, let's go to screen share. Now, when I hit screen share, it's going to look kind of crazy at first, and then I'm going to go over to the slides, and we're going to get into tonight's presentation. So, with that said, here we go. Let's begin and let's get this moving. I'm going to see in a minute. I'm going to share the entire screen here. Working this. Okay. All right. And if you can hear me or see me, can you see my shared screen? And if you can, let me go back to check the Hangout. Can you see that? Raise your hand if you can see. If the screen looks crazy, you're seeing the screen share. I'm just trying to make sure everything is working. Great. All right, I see hands. Good. Okay, so y'all can see this, and apparently you can hear it too. So, or you wouldn't have known to raise your hand. All right, so tonight's webinar is the tricks to finding prospects and getting more signups in your business. Now, I made some slides. I'm gonna go through some slides and give you a lot of information and content to help you get signups in your business, or to get more if you're already getting some. And if you can't see some things on the screen, I'll be sure to cover what's on it, so you'll basically know what's being seen. First, I'll introduce myself. My name is Jay Carden. I have the website jaycarden.com. I've been in network marketing and internet marketing for, it's about to be 4 years and a little over a month. I'll be in it for 4 years. The first year I was in it, I didn't do so good. I struggled. I did what my upline said. They, talk to everybody you meet. The 3-foot rule. Talk to everybody. Basically, the team I joined was about hyping it up, and I had a lot of obstacles, and I'm telling you this because I know everybody has those obstacles, and it was so frustrating at first, to find out how to get through it. But I did figure out a way to get through it. It took me nearly a year, but it worked. And I'm going to tell you exactly what I did tonight. So if you're having trouble and you're having obstacles, don't think that, the people in your area are just not wanting to do it, because that's everywhere. Everybody's got the same problems. Their friends and family say, I'll join if you make money. You've probably heard that. Everybody hears the same things, has the same issues, but feels like they're the only one. Truth is, everybody's got to go through it. So why even listen to me? I'll give you a few highlights about what I've accomplished actually in the last 3 years, because that first year was a learning curve. Now, at one time I sponsored 24 reps in just 20 days. That's under 3 weeks with a $400 buy-in. It was about $400 to get in. And I set records in my network that 3-week period. And, there was an incentive to attack it. And that was really what set my career off. And from there, it's just kept going. I reached the top 2% in a multi-billion-dollar company, but they make about 5-6 billion. That's with a B, dollars a year. So, to be the top 2% of, millions of people, that should tell you something. I ranked on the leaderboards and, constantly hitting those leaderboards, and the world's largest attraction marketing platform. You may know what it is, you may not. Set records in another company that did over $1 billion a year. Me and my team, we set a record where it was a milestone ranking in the company. Every company's got that, try to get to this rank as quick as possible. And there's a reason for that, because if you can hit it fast, you got a success story, So the original record was 90 days. Me and my team did it in 3 days. We topped the new record, and it was huge. I mean, it was a big celebration. I remember that. And the feeling of, just hard work paid off that day. I've been in, the top recruiter in a 25-year network. And over the past 3 years, I've sponsored hundreds. I really, really couldn't tell you the number. I mean, it's hundreds of people from all over the world, not just America, but, separate countries on the other side of the world, all over the place. And I've done that in several different opportunities and programs. So sponsoring became simple. And it really is. Once you have a certain mindset and concept of how it works, once you understand that, you're going to have it made. You're going to know that it's just a matter of time and a matter of putting in the work. Now, why do so many fail? And the reason I want you to know this is because when the real reason why people fail, then what you've got to do, which is not what they do. And I'll tell you exactly what it is. This is a stat that I've got from it was years ago, and it resonated with me, and I knew that if people know this, I mean, it should open their eyes and make them realize what they got to do. Around 80%, 8 out of every 10 network marketers will not speak to more than 3 people about their business. And from my experience, that's what I've seen. About 8 out of every 10 people I bring into the business, I've had them, I've had one person who sent an email to a friend, and because they didn't open the email within a day, that person gave up because one person didn't seem interested. So that person only didn't really speak to one person. They just emailed them, didn't get a response, and they gave up. So you got to understand that network marketing is mostly about being told no. You get told no. If you can get used to being told no, you're going to do really good, believe it or not. And that is because around 80% of the first sale is made usually around the 15th contact. I've seen some that said, 12 to 15, but, let's just say 15th contact. So if it takes, on average, most people to speak to 15 people before they get their first, I'll take a look, or their first product sale, or their first sign up, that's why everybody's failing. They don't talk to enough people. They haven't even got to 15. Most of them won't get past 3. Now, I think there was only 2% that would continue on speaking forever. They would never stop speaking to people. And that makes about sense, because about 2 or 3% of the people that join will go on to be very, very successful. Well, those are the ones that are speaking to people. So that's it. That's the magic. All you've got to do is talk to a lot of people. And believe me, you get better at it. You get better at it. You learn how to say things, when to say things. You get better if you start talking to people. And I'm going to show you plenty of ways tonight how you can find a lot of people to speak to. I mean, you shouldn't have a problem after tonight's webinar, okay? So here's something else to know. Your daily habit. Are you happy? Are you happy with the results you're getting? If you're not, you got to focus on your habits, like what you do every day. Because most people, when they get network marketing, for instance, they'll get on Facebook with the intentions of, messaging their friends or reaching out to people they know. And what happens is they wind up getting sidetracked, and they really keep asking the same person, or they don't even really get around to really talking to many people. So their daily habits are more about, I'll get to it tomorrow. I'll do that tomorrow. And of course, tomorrow never comes, and they never get results. So if you focus on your daily habits, your results will change. Look at your habits. That is why you have the results you got. If you've got great results, then you're doing really great daily habits. I've heard by top earners all the time, your habit, your result. Here is the 3 basic habits like that most top earners, if not all of them, are doing. And number 1, that's active prospecting. Now, there's 2 types of prospecting, in case you didn't know this. There is active, which means you're personally reaching out to someone. You are reaching out, saying your name. You're directly talking to them to invite them to a presentation. And then there is passive prospecting, and that is where you throw something out online, or like a flyer, or your car window decal, and you're hoping that an unnamed individual will respond. Now, they both have good reason, but if you want to be really successful in network marketing, active prospecting is what you have to do, because passive prospecting takes time. It takes a lot of time to build up a flow. Eventually, you get to where people are reaching out to you all the time, and I'll show you how to speed that up. But active prospecting in the beginning is necessary. The telephone is a must. Handshake, meeting, telephone, all of that plays a huge part in getting people to sign up. Now, another habit is to find tomorrow's prospects. Reaching out to people you don't know is important, because for most people, warm market or their friends and family, it didn't go so well. You know, it's I'll join if you make money, that kind of thing. So you've got to be prospecting, actively prospecting during the hours in which people answer the phone, and then looking for who you're calling tomorrow. Who are you going to call tomorrow? There's several ways to find prospects. There's no reason ever not to have somebody to call. And believe me, it works, because that's how I got 24 people in 20 days. 20 of those, I didn't even know them until I called. I read their name, I got their number, I knew they had done network marketing before. I called them, introduced myself, told them I was calling, etc., etc. They would sign up, of course, within a couple days. Things are great. So you've also got to be working to find who you're calling tomorrow. Number 3, content creation. This is an online thing. What I mean by that is you're creating content that serves a purpose. It has a value to it. It's not writing what you want others to do, like, you know, get signed up for my new business. We're the best. We're the greatest. Here's our pay plan. It's great. Get in now. We launch tomorrow. You know, that's not really doing any good for the reader, right? You're just telling them what you want them to do. Good content is telling your reader what they want to hear, you know, which kind of like this webinar. You want to hear some tips on finding prospects, or some good mindset of, you know, how to get more people to sign up. So if I did a webinar just about a new company, nobody would have even registered, more than likely. So you need to put out content, which could be a blog, a video, hosting webinars, live broadcasts, articles, any kind of content that serves value to the marketplace, and people will contact you. They will start reaching out to you once you change the content that you're putting out. Big difference, huge difference. Now, I don't want to go too deep into all of that, but you get the basic idea. And what I really want to focus on tonight is how to find the prospects. Okay, we're going to, you know, go over some lead generation strategies that I use, and a lot of my team uses, and they work. I mean, if you need leads, here we go. So who is it do you call? I think that's probably one of the biggest problems most people face, is they pick up the phone and then they don't know who to call. You know, they don't want to call a stranger, so they're hoping to call a friend, right? But the friends aren't working, so they feel like they ran into a wall. You have to reach out to cold market. It's that simple. When you reach out to cold market, it's much easier than warm market. It was for me. It may have been a little scarier at first, but I've become used to it. You know, it becomes second nature. If you just do a few calls, you can do it. You can do it every day, no sweat. And when you reach out to cold market, I remember when I got my first sign up, later that day, I got 2 people on one phone call to sign up. 2 people on the same phone call. A man who I spoke to that day, and his father was there that day, and his father wanted to get signed up. Well, they don't know me, right? They didn't know me. They had no clue that just a few hours ago, I had signed up the first prospect ever. You know, and she didn't even know that she was my first. I never told them that. They never asked. You know, they got a phone call from me, and they had network marketing experience. You know, they had been in a company in the past. I knew that already. That's how I got their information. And I guess by me calling them, they know only the most successful make phone calls. Okay. They know that. And since I was making a phone call, I guess they thought I must be the most successful because I'm making the phone call. So I noticed that just calling these people and talking to them, not being nervous or not, beating around the bush or giving out too much information and things like that, I was getting signups. About 20 out of, I had 125 names I had collected. And out of that 125 names, I probably got about 50 on the phone. The rest of them either a bad number, they never call me back. No problem. And out of that 50, I got about 20 to sign up, and 30 of them who maybe a few of them said no and the others said yes, but they never did. Okay. They weren't around that next time I call, for example. You know how that works. But so 20 out of 125 is excellent numbers. And after that happened, of course, the checks got huge, got big bonuses. And here comes the war market asking me to sign them up. And I got about 4 people out of my friends because I was making money. They want to do it. So that's why you want to start with cold market. I've told everybody that from the beginning. Because when you read them, I'll do it. So go ahead and make some money and then approach them. So anyway, the number one way, this is the first thing I started with to get prospects, to get people ringing my phone, was rat droppings. And that is basically traditional network marketing. That's what you usually see most people doing. Flyers, car decals, guerrilla marketing. There's a ton of guerrilla marketing styles. People would, put stickers in bathrooms. And if you've got a message and you put it out there, if you just hung one flyer or put one sticker out and then ran home and got on the phone and, sat by the phone, you'd probably not even going to nobody's going to reply. Put it that way. Nobody's going to respond because they saw that one sticker, that one flyer. The idea with rat droppings, if you want to be really successful, and I know a lady who has made millions in this industry before the internet, and this is what she did. It takes massive amounts of rat droppings, flyers, posters, stickers, the window decals, and you put them in as many places in as many towns and the largest amount of areas as possible. Signs on the side of the road, if your state or area allows it. And the trick to this is you need all of it to have like a logo or a symbol on it, because what happens is somebody sees the flyer and they're not going to pay it much attention. Of course, nobody really pays ads much attention. So when you have like a logo or a symbol or something on the flyer, when they see it again, it reminds them that they've seen it before, maybe in another town, maybe on a car, in a bathroom, or in a drive-through window, where I've done that before, put my stickers below a drive-through window. And I knew it'd be there all day till they came outside and cleaned up. So, they see that and they start, it starts getting in their head. They're seeing that everywhere they go. And usually they say about 3 to 10 times a person needs to see an ad before they respond. So they keep seeing it over and over. Curiosity is going to get the most of them, and they're going to check into it. So always, lead with curiosity. Just keep that as a tip. Lead with curiosity, meaning don't tell them everything. Just an ad of some sort that gets the point across without telling them everything, so they will come to you to find out the rest. If you tell them everything in the ad, they'll either go Google something, or there's no point in looking into it because they already know. So that's how you use rat droppings. Number 2 is card grabs, and that's basically where you reach out to other networkers from their rat droppings. This one actually is how you can get active prospects. You go somewhere, you see all the business cards. I see them all the time. And there's somebody in another network marketing company and they're putting their business cards out. And, you know, they're not really putting massive amounts out. They'll find a few billboards, put some cards out, and that's it usually. Then they wonder why they don't get calls, you know? Well, I'll grab the card, take it home. I'll call them. You never know. They may not be happy where they're at. They may not have the support. There could be a million things. And some of them may want to talk you into coming in their company. That's totally up to you, and you'll run into that, but that's part of the game. And, you know, just keep calling everybody's card, every single one of them. If you know, once you get to 5 or 10 names, you've probably found your prospect by then. You found somebody to join by then, usually after 5 up to 10 calls with card grabs. So think about that. You do 30 a day, you could be signing up 3 a day on, you know, on an average. Google Alerts is number 3. This is something I've used. It's really good at finding people who are probably open to the idea. Google Alerts, if you've got a Gmail account, which most people, everybody does, and it's easy to start one if you don't, you can find a tool in the Google apps or in the back. It's called Google Alerts, and you can tell it to let you know of, you know, like if there's going to be some layoffs in your area, you know, you'll get a Google alert, you know, this company's shutting down in 6 months. Okay, well then do your research, find the people that work there, you know, and ask them if they've got a plan for when they get laid off, or if it hits them, do they have a backup plan? You know, that's something I've done that before. You can find networking events. You can find, you know, events that are coming to your town if you wanted to rent a booth and, you know, promote your products. There's a million things you can do with Google Alerts. Anything you need to know, it will send it to you so you can find your prospects. I use, you know, layoffs in the area, the events, you know, to know when the events are coming, networking events where I can go meet other network marketers, you know, and I find out these things, you know, when they're coming to my area so I can attend need be. So check that out. Number 4, social media. Everybody's on social media, but the problem is most of them are doing it wrong. I get at least 20 spam messages every day where somebody wants to connect. I don't know who they are. And as soon as I accept their friend request, I get a message. I've had them as far as, you know, as soon as I open it, and it's like, hey, man, I'm in this awesome opportunity. You need to get started. You know, join my team. I've had people, can you please join my team? I really, really need somebody, okay? You know, like begging. I don't know you. And, you know, I'm already in something. It's not attractive, you know, and that's what most people are doing. And that's why Facebook, you know, tries to crack down on that. And so do other social medias. What you want to do with social media, that is like, if you have a blog, which I would highly recommend you have one, a place to put content, to build your name in this industry, to get people learning about you, just like you learned about my webinar. You create a blog, for instance, here's a good example, and then you go to the groups where networkers are, leave a post, you know, like top 10 ways to find leads for your business. You'll get clicks. You get clicks that way because you're giving them what they want. Remember earlier, I said, give them what they want. Put value into it. When I see people just, I mean, every post is, hey, this is the best business. I mean, I've got 100 opportunities popping up. I don't even click on them. But if something pops up and I see that, it's like, whoa, I could benefit reading this. You know, I might learn something. This might really help me. I click on it. So, you know, that there's that curiosity factor. They want to know the top 10 ways to generate leads, or, you know, tips on how to get prospects on Facebook, things like that. Use good information and teach people in your industry, and there will come a time where you don't even have to prospect because you're too busy, you know, to join. And that is true. It leads to that the longer you do it. Number 5, if you do have a blog, the best way to get leads is to have an online giveaway or offer. If you go to jcarden.com, you'll see this little form that says, you know, 20 ways to generate leads and private invites to mastermind trainings. Okay. No matter what company a person is in, can they not benefit from that? Of course. Doesn't matter. And it's not targeting, like, you know, only a certain company or find out more about my opportunity. No, it's about how to build. I'm giving you what you want, not what I want. But I'm getting what I want. I want your name and email. You see what I'm saying? That's how it works. That's what you want. So when people are getting value and they're learning things from you, they don't mind giving you their email. They don't mind talking to you, especially if they know you're not going to bug them to join your company. What's going to happen is these names start to build up into the, you know, tens and then hundreds and then thousands, and it becomes more and more common. Somebody's leaving their team and who do they want to join? You give away an offer on your blog, and when they come to read your content, there it sits, you know, the free ebook or whatever it is, and keep it to where, you know, if you're doing network marketing, you don't want to put, you know, an ebook on how to change a tire, is what I'm saying. You want to keep it network marketing focused. And I get leads every day. Names, I can't even say some of the names because they're coming from countries that I don't know how to read, you know, how they write. So, but they're leads, you know, they're nonetheless, and they buy things. So number 6 is genealogy leads. Let me explain what genealogy leads is if you don't know. Genealogy leads is a lead, a name of someone who has been in network marketing before, or they are currently still in network marketing. They have, you know, their information out online, basically. You could go to a network marketing company, find some of their reps, and on those little replicated websites that you got and everybody else has got, there's their name, email, contact button. You know, you can easily find genealogy leads. It's real simple. It just takes a little time to research it. You know, so find tomorrow's prospects. Remember, that was part of your daily habits. That was definitely part of mine, you know. So genealogy leads are really good. And the reason I like them so much is I'm guilty of buying leads online, especially in my first year in network marketing. Probably got nothing out of it, maybe a few almost, but, you know, no really signups. I spent a lot of money. I think I spent over $3,200 in leads before and walked away like $400 in return before they quit. So it was like a dead end. But then when I started calling genealogy leads, I started getting people who hung around. People, no more of that. Is this a scam? Is this a pyramid? No, because when I mention, you know, the MLM company, they're like all excited about it because they know MLM. They've been in it. They love the idea of it. It's just for whatever reason, their last company didn't work out. Maybe a lot of them was because they didn't get along with their sponsors. I found that a lot. A lot of them quit because they didn't like their sponsor. There was like a fight between the two. So they left. And when I call, guess what? they're ready to jump on board with something new. They like me. We got along. They joined. So try it out. Start calling genealogy leads. Online classifieds, number 7. Now here's something everybody thinks of this one, but get this. Everybody thinks I'll go to Craigslist, throw out some, hiring or whatever, opportunity stuff. And, they'll get a few responses. I do know someone who does really well with classifieds. They do pretty good with them. They worked them a lot. But what I like to do personally is I'll go in there and contact the people that are in the MLMs. I'll reach out to them in a different light other than, I want to join you. I'll just ask them how things are going. Ask them a question, start a conversation with them. And a lot of that can lead to good leads and prospects and even signups. If you're going to post a classified to get someone to reply to you, then really you're going to need a lot of them in a lot of cities and a lot of listings. And if you do a lot of them, you will get a lot of leads. I wouldn't expect the ratio to be very high. So online classifieds is something, that's fine to start with, but in time, you'll find that you probably don't have the time to really make it effective. So it's really good in the beginning, and it's also really good if you just want to go out there and reach out to the people who have used classifieds, because most of the time they're new. They're really good new people are easier to talk to because they're not as arrogant, I guess, or as stubborn, like they know more than you or something. So that's what I like about them. Number 8, pay-per-click. This is really the only paid strategy that I know of that's listed. I know several paid strategies, but pay-per-click is the best. But I use them on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. Those are the only places I use pay-per-click. I do not, and I don't even recommend, you may have done this before, but I wouldn't recommend doing like Google pay-per-click, okay? Because it gets very expensive and the ROI is not that great if it gets too high. And since it's so big, a lot of people are using it. So what I'll do is go into Facebook and, use a sponsored post or run an ad on the right side, things like that. And if that ad has value and it's what they want to see, they will click on it. You will get clicks, believe me. But if it's something hypey or, it's about the best opportunity in the world, if it could get past Facebook to even get published, you might notice that you're paying $20 a click. So the better the ad, the more value it gives your reader, the more clicks you're going to get. Number 9, the contest entry box. This is an old offline trick people used to do, and I haven't seen anybody do this in forever. But I have talked to people like in other countries, and it's really big over there too. And that's basically where you have a box. If you don't know what this is, you have a box. You give away an offer, a free, or you're giving away something. And you have the little fill out forms, and the person puts their name, phone number, and email, and they drop it in the box. And if they win, they're contacted and they win the prize. For instance, it could be, a free home business. Okay. Basically what you're giving away is you're going to buy the starter kit for somebody. This is an example. It could be a gift card or something, but you want to keep the prize to be as close to the person you want filling that out. Like if you want people interested in a home business, give something away to where a person like that would fill it out. If you were giving away, a new car jack, you might get a lot of mechanics that aren't interested in a home biz. So hopefully you get the concept there. Keep it close to what you're looking for. And the way this works, is one person, of course, wins it. You have to give it away. Just give it to whoever, you know. And then everybody else, you're going to call them because they all won second place. What is second place? Second place is a free ebook on how to start a home business. So when they get it, of course, it all leads to joining your team. And, you know, that's a good way to present your opportunity to a lot of people who have already shown that they would be open to looking at it. So it's a really powerful trick. Your stocks out longer than 2 weeks and put it as many locations as possible, because after 2 weeks, people start forgetting they even, you know, joined or they opted into the contest for the giveaway. So give it a shot. If you like doing offline, that's a big lead generator. Number 10 here is the resume database research. If you go to online resume sites, I think monster.com, there's some others out there. You know, you Google them, look them up. I mean, this really explains itself. Go looking for the people that have their emails and contact, wanting to be contact. You know, they may be putting out there, maybe they're good at sales. Maybe, you know, they're throwing their information out there. Reach out, see if they're open to an opportunity. I watched an entire training on just this method, and the man that was teaching it, he has been like super successful. Like I think he'd already made over $500,000, and all through just this technique. So those are 10 ways. Now, I mean, you can always go to jcarden.com and get my 20 resources, and you should always be learning new strategies, because, you know, you're going to be good at some of them, and you're going to be not so good at others. And a rule of thumb to remember is, out of all the things you do to generate leads, 20% of them will produce most of everything, and the other 80% will produce very little. So it's the 80-20 rule with everything. You know, 20% of the people you sign up will do some duplication, 80% won't. Same way with your ads. You know, if you ran 10 ads and you got 100 leads, I guarantee you 2 ads did 80 of those, and then the other 8 got you 20. So, you know, because just the way it works. But I want to show you something tonight before we go. We still got about 15 minutes, and what I'm going to show you tonight is really, really going to help you. Okay. Oh, and I forgot solo ads, number 11. Look at that. I put another one in there. Solo ads. If you don't know what a solo ad is, this is where you reach out to somebody who already has a huge email list, and they, you know, you pay them to email their list. There's a website called Udemy. It's Udimi, Udemy. And that's all they focus on is solo ads. And from what I understand so far, they're the best. I mean, there's some vendors out there I haven't tried, so I don't know. But I've always heard Udemy is the best. So you'll find the most people there. And those work really, really good. If you want to make a sale, go look into doing some solo ads. Do a little research on it. See if it's right for you. But I think solo ads it was worth putting out here if you want to look into it. So now, before I jump the gun, let's get into these online systems and what it can do for you. Okay, an online system. If you're thinking, well, I don't need a system. Well, you might not. You know, it's true. You might not. There's been people out there that have had success without them. But I want to show you something. And the reason I'm showing you this is because it's very powerful at helping you duplicate. If you know what I mean, duplication is where it's at. Now, I'm going to change the little page here to this little website here called MLM Recruit on Demand. This system here, it's like $15 little system that I bought. Paid for it once, 15 bucks. And what it does is it's basically saving me all the time of the research. Like, I don't have to go looking for people because they send me 100 leads every time I need leads. I'll be like, hey, I need some leads. Well, they'll send me 100 genealogy leads, and I'm not having to pay for them. So it's almost the same as me just going on Google and looking them up myself. But they also give me, I'll probably have to log back in here, and I will. Let me put in my username, password. But they give me, what is the most powerful about this is they'll give you resources. And if you don't have, for a lot of new network marketers, they don't have a way to capture leads. They don't have a blog. They don't have a website. Or if they do, they've got their company's replicated website, right? Well, here you get these lead capture pages, which, you got banners for, to throw banner advertising out there. There's a lot of websites out there that let you put up banners. The Facebook copy paste chat script for, Facebook prospecting. Here's some done for you email messages if you want to email your list. And they, they got a bunch of tools here. Or down there at the very bottom, search Google for leads. They've got a tool in here, like if you wanted to look up, certain types of distributors, like from a certain company, and you want to find them in your city, you would use that tool. Like if I wanted to look up Herbalife distributors in Birmingham, Alabama, bingo, that's what I would use. I would go find those exact ones, and it'll go, find them online. Capture. If you don't have a way to generate leads online to where in something of value, how about, being able to get 3 to 5 people contacting you every day about your business? That's very valuable. So what you do is you give away information on that with all these web pages here. These are all the different capture pages. And you basically, if you could post them on Facebook, write content, put them in, and people go there, they put their name and email. Let's see. Here we'll do the pull background. I love this one. Let me click on it, see if it'll pull up this link. All right, there it is. 100% free video reveals how to have 3 to 5 new people looking at your home business every day. And I've got this one here, gets name, email, and phone number. Okay, I've put that out in quite a few places, and this page here really, really pulls in results. I get a lot of names, a lot of emails, and half the time they got phone numbers with them. If they put a phone number in there, more than likely they want you to call them, or they don't mind if you call them. And being able to call somebody is 5 times more powerful than just an email. You can do it without the phone, or you can do it with it. But either way, you put these little pages out and you start generating your own leads. Start building a list of people that are network marketing interested. Now, imagine if everybody you spoke to, like in your warm market, for example, they thought of MLM and network marketing just like you did. It was like the great idea. It was a wonderful opportunity. Well, you would probably only have to compete with other people. That's it. You wouldn't have to convince them. And so that's the way it is in warm market. It's the trouble isn't having to convince them that your opportunity is the best. The trouble is convincing them that they need it, that this will do them some good. Most of them don't see it. They don't want to see it. And so when you generate leads with a capture page like this, then you're only going to speak to people who are into network marketing. They're into MLM, or perhaps they're thinking about it. So now you speak to a lot less people in order to get a sign up. That is what is good about a system. Without it, how are you going to find them online? How do you find them online? other than, you know, researching them, cold calling them. But when they opt into your page, it just gives you a huge head start. So that's the thing. I mean, it's $15 one time, so you can talk to your, you know, if your teammates are using it, your downline are using it, well, now they have 100 people a day they could call. And remember the stats earlier, 80% won't speak to more than 3 people. Well, check out, here's my contact manager. As you see, I don't want to like leave too many of these up, but look at all these leads. And this is just from what, 2 days? All those leads there were just from 2 days. And it got numbers, the company they're with, the email address, you know, a million ways to contact them. How many? I've already gotten a couple out of that page to sign up, and I haven't even touched it, the majority of it. So that's why I wanted to show this to you. And I know it could really bring a lot of benefit to your business. And like I say, it's a $15 deal. I think it's probably one of the best $15 I've ever spent, because they also have an affiliate program. If you want to be part of the affiliate program, meaning everybody, and this is what's really neat, is for everybody you introduce the system to, other network marketers, if they purchase it for $15, you get the $15, not the system. I mean, it goes to you. They buy it from you. They don't actually buy the system. So you could even give it away if you wanted to. If you were an affiliate, you could give it away to your downline. You don't even have to sell them. But if you wanted to sell it for the $15, you could as well, and you could keep it. So it's, you know, it's really up to you. So there it is. That's how you can always have new prospects to talk to every day that are genealogy leads. The ways I showed you earlier, how you can generate your own leads. Generating your own leads is powerful. But the basic concept of tonight, what you really got to understand, is to succeed in this business, you have to talk to someone tomorrow, and more than just one. One of the biggest network marketers right now in our time, when he began networking, he was $1 million in debt. He was a real estate agent gone bad. Lost a lot of his property. Everything but his own home was in foreclosure, and he decided that he would prospect a new person every phone call. Just pick it up, call, pick up, call another, pick up. And he would not stop until he got 20 people to tell him no. He did the Go for No. If you haven't heard, it's a popular book about network marketing success, saying go for no. In other words, since you're going to get told no so much, you should actually look for it. It makes the negativity and all the rejection kind of feel like, hey, this is great because I'm getting closer to the yes. But anyway, he just went there 20 people a day by 4 months, and understand this, how powerful this is. And when you got like a system like mine, it's so easy to get 20 no's. You could probably do 30, 40, 50 no's a day. But just on 20 no's a day, by his 4th month, he made over $10,000. On the 4th month, he was making over $10,000. However, by the 7th month, that's in half the time, he was doing over $40,000. See, now, he said the hardest part is getting from $0 to $1,000 in your company. Getting from 0 to 1,000. When you hit 1,000, you just keep at it hard. Calling, prospecting, active prospecting. Keep doing it. Just keep inviting people to look at your company's presentation. Don't stop. And getting from 1 to 5,000 is easier than getting from 0 to 1. So really, and 5 to 10 is easier than 1 to 5, and 10 to 20 is a lot easier than 0 to 10. The more you start making, the easier it is. And so really in network marketing, you're going to start with the hardest part of the business in the front. And as long as you stay consistent, reaching out to 20 people a day, getting 20 no's a day, keep putting content out online, good, valuable content, you should see something like the same. I mean, you never know what it's going to be, but it's going to be something. So really, I don't know anybody that is failing in network marketing that is doing that. Everybody that's doing that is succeeding. So you've probably heard, just tell me what to do and I'll do it. Well, when your downline tells you that, just tell me what to do. Tell me what to do. I'll do it. I want this success. This is what you tell them. You've got to active prospect and invite people to your presentation every single day. And if you go 20 no's a day, hey, you want to get there quicker, go 30, 40 no's a day. Get on the phone and get off the phone as quick as possible. Because when you get a hold of the right person, that prospect that's going to sign up, you'll be on the phone a lot longer than the ones disqualifying. So you want to try to disqualify them quickly so you can get to the next until you get that right person. And I tell you what, just from experience, it's almost within that first 30 seconds of speaking to somebody, I know that that's the right person. It's a feeling. You just get that feeling. And I've only been wrong a couple of times. But within the first 30 seconds, I'm like, this is the person. This is the one that I've called 50 people looking for this person. And the same way when it's not the right person, I can tell usually right there, right off the bat, right when we first start talking. And if I know this ain't the right one and it's not going anywhere, I'll disqualify them quickly, and get off the phone with them, because I don't want to. I'm not going to try to convince them. Big mistake is when you're talking to somebody and you just keep on and on about the company and the comp plan. You just keep talking and talking and talking. I'm telling you right now, you're not changing their opinion. So keep that in mind. You're not changing their opinion at all. Even if they say, "Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Oh, that's great." Yeah. They're just yesing you. I'm sure somebody's done it to you. They call and they just go on, and you're like, I'm not going to be able to join the company. I'm trying to build this one, the one I got. So, guys, if you want to check out the MLM Recruit on Demand system, if you want to use that in your business, and I'll put my name on it, the leads, they're good leads. You can get, when I first started using it, like I remember the first 10 leads I called, I was like, well, I mean, I didn't get anybody on the phone. I was like, well, they're not that great. And then I generated my first lead. And with that system, anytime you generate a lead, they send you 5 more right off the bat. And when I called those 5, I got 5 good results in a row. Bam, bam, bam. I think it may have been 4 out of the 5, but either way, it just completely changed. So like any lead that you develop, you go through waves. Just stay consistent with it. Don't stop. Even if they start going bad, just keep going through them. Get through the bad ones to get to the good. So that's it. If you want to check out that system, go to jcarden.com/leads4life. And leads, you got the hyphen there, leads-4-life. And that's where you're going to get the MLM Recruit on Demand system. It's a one-time payment of just $15, and you can also look into some other membership levels they have if you're interested. That will kind of, just speed things up and give you more. But that's it, guys. I'm going to go back to the Google Hangouts here. And here we go. Let me take off the screen share. See, let me close that out. All right. Now, that is the content for the night. I hope you got a lot out of it. Like I said, this has been recorded, so it should be around tomorrow or the following day. I'll have it copied and I'll be sending it out by email to everybody that registered. So you can view it as many times as you want, share it with your team. And just remember, it's the magic. If you want success in network marketing, absolutely, it will happen for anybody. It can happen for anybody, but if they're willing to do what it takes, which is constant prospecting. And that's really it. That there's no secret, no magic word, nothing like that. It's just about active prospecting. So you get your team to understand that, you're going to see duplication. So guys, I hope you enjoyed it. Got a lot of value from it. Like I say, in 2 days I'll be sending it out. Top of the hours here. We're going to wrap this up. And I'll be releasing next week's webinar to see what we got. If you got any ideas or suggestions on a topic to cover, just reply to the email when it comes out. Let me know what you'd like to learn more on, and I'll present to it. So, all right, thanks everybody for coming out, and this is a wrap. See you next week.